What's going on, beautiful people? ChatGPT just implemented one of their strongest models inside of ChatGPT for everyone to use, not just for the API. And this has really changed the game for not only the functionality of prompts, but also image generations. So before we had great generations, but the text wasn't always great. It was great sometimes. But we also have an interesting feature with this new release that I would like to share with you guys. And of course, we're going to be inside of ChatGPT. So the model that we're going to be talking about is ChatGPT o3. And o3 is supposedly the most powerful model that ChatGPT has to offer, or OpenAI has to offer for widespread use. All of the other ones may be research previews. However, we are going to be focusing on the image generation. So if you don't know, ChatGPT implemented this little drop down of tools so you can create an image, search the web, write or code, deep research. But what I found is that the models do pretty well in knowing what tool to use at what time. So if you're asking for a document, it's going to go with the writer code. If you're asking to search the web, it's going actually if you're asking for something that needs the web access or information from the web, it'll go ahead and do that. And of course, you have create an image. So the new capability that I'll be demonstrating today is basically continuous generation. So beforehand, we had to type in, I want a green social media post, and then it'll create the social media post, and then we'll have to go in and say, I want a red one too. And that does take a lot of time. And when I was experimenting with this, I mean, I'm working on a project right now, and it has saved at least 20 hours of my time. So let's just say this. I am starting a new company and I would like to release 5 different posts on social media for my new company. However, I need help with the branding. So I want you to help me visualize a t-shirt, a sticker, a social media post, a Instagram banner or a LinkedIn banner, and a retractable banner design. My brand is very stylish and sleek, and our colors are green and yellow with a hint of peach. And so with this, what I'm expecting it to do is basically it may not do it right here. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys a prompt sequence. So first, let's create a text guide that we can follow. Okay, so now I've given it this context. I've told it everything that I want to do. I'm starting a new company. I would like to release 5 different posts on social media for my new company. I want to visualize these things. But I said, first, let's create a text style guide so that we can understand what we're doing. So now, boom, we have our text style guide. And guess what? One great thing about this newer model as well is that it does better with memory. I don't know if you've seen the update that stated that memory is now inside of things like projects. So, projects that you have, I have a bunch of projects, and memory is inside of that, but also how the model is remembering things and when it chooses to, and how it utilizes that information when it chooses to. It has gotten so much better. So, if you're in the same chat or if you're in the same project, then you can basically say, hey, based on this style guide, so it said next steps confirm or tweak any of the above. Number two, all roll straight into visual drafts for one, two, three, four, 5 things. So let's go straight into visual drafts. And so now what you're going to see is that it is going to think about this. And one thing that O3 is doing a lot better as well is thinking. It's not necessarily getting into loops. I've had it doing some decently hard generations and creations, so I would think that it would have had some trouble up until this point. But O3 has done a very good job in thinking, and so we have it said I need to decide on the right prompts for each asset following the style guide. So it's creating the first image. This is probably going to be the t-shirt design, and Once it does that, it is going to go to the next one. Designed to move you. What is our company? I forgot what our company is. A new company. However, I need help with the branding. Oh, I didn't even say what type of company it is. I didn't even say what type of company it is. But you see this? It's generating multiple images. So let's say I'm hands off. I have 10 different images to generate. I can say, hey, I'm going to give you this context. I'm going to tell you our plan, what I'm expecting at the end. And then you can get to the step where it says, hey, do you want me to go ahead and do this? Or you can just tell it, generate images for 1, 2, 3, and 5. And when you do that, it's going to do exactly what it's doing here. And you see the number for thinking is going up. So here it was 16 seconds. For this image, it went up to 49 seconds. But everything is going to be based on the style guide that you set. So if you have a specific font, you can set specific fonts. And I'll actually do a I'll probably do this on live where we build out a brand together, because I've been, man, honestly, I have been going crazy. As a graphic designer, it just makes the process so easier. Imagine I can ideate very intricate designs that I know how to create. A lot of people don't know how to create this stuff. And when ChatGPT gives you something that, it's not the best, I'll give you guys a breakdown, maybe in the video that I do covering the actual process of creating a business and a brand inside of ChatGPT. But I was able to basically take the parts of the pictures that is given me. So, for example, in this image, we have the text, we have the bubbles, and then we have the background. I'll say split all three of these things up, and then I'll take it into Photoshop and I'll do what I need to and make it perfect the way that I need to. And that's what you're gonna have to do when you are dealing with sophisticated clients. They're not, you can use AI to ideate, but you can't use AI as the end product. I think we know that as a common knowledge. But as you guys can see, I have not input another prompt and it is still generating assets. So we said a t-shirt design, a sticker design, an Instagram post, a LinkedIn banner, and designed everyday moments. Elevate everyday moments. Stay sleek. Designed to move you. That's crazy. It has no context on what business it is. I'm just showcasing you guys this capability. So, in a matter of what? I mean, it's going to show how long it's been thinking. It's probably like a few minutes, but guess what? You creating those designs on your own would have definitely taken at least an hour. To do all of these, I mean, I wouldn't say an hour, but for some people, it would, depending on the stuff. So this retractable banner, for example, may take someone an hour, depending on the design. I don't know what it's gonna do, but I think this is really cool that it can do this. And this is a very this is a very interesting one. So this is a display of its knowledge use, and I will say that it it's not wrong in using this knowledge, but basically, this is a company that I brainstormed a few months back with ChatGPT, and it has it inside of the memory. So that's the name. It is a jewelry company, and I guess because I didn't give it context on the type of business, it just said, "Hey, maybe it's this business that he, you know, created. Maybe it's this business that he's talking about." I'm trying to see that inside of the thinking. Maybe it's, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see it inside of the thinking. But I think that, it did a good job. It stayed on brand. It didn't, since we don't have a visual brand made up, of course the designs aren't gonna be completely on brand. But as you can see, I mean, the text everywhere is perfect. Perfect. There is no misspelling. You know, we got a staggered staircase type of effect right here. I mean, like, this is too close to this. And that's the only problem that I've really seen with GPT's image model is whenever you have text or a specific layout that you're looking for, it most likely is going to need specific instructions to create that layout. So maybe it needs an example, or you're just going to get designs that, the text is all the way over here instead of in the center where it is now. So, but I will say that with the next update, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be much better because this is kind of the only image model I use other than ImageFX. I use ImageFX only when I'm getting like stock images. Like this isn't even the right account, but it's only using Imagen 3, and all you use to say, serene nighttime landscape. You just say something like that, and it'll do it really quickly. And you can just download one, and you can go to image edit and upscale it. I said I would do it quickly, and it's not done yet. There it goes. So like, look how beautiful this is. You download this and upscale it, you can use it. So that's what I use it for. But in terms of building brands, ideating, trying to see what different brand application is going to look like, or even ideating the entire brand, it is definitely ChatGPT. And I really can't wait till the next release. So that's what I wanted to show you guys in this video. If you did learn something, be sure to share this with a friend, because people have no clue that you can be a graphic designer. You can be a graphic designer with ChatGPT. And I'm an actual graphic designer, so it pains me to say that, but yes, you can be a graphic designer with ChatGPT as long as you know how to prompt, and as long as you know how to move around objects. You can literally become a graphic designer. So this has been D'Lo Brands. Join the newsletter, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. We have been growing so fast, and it just brings me joy to bring this information to you guys. And we're gonna do more live type of shows and stuff like that, just so I can answer your questions live, because I've been getting tons of questions inside of the comments, things like using Firebase and things like building apps and stuff like that. So I would definitely love to answer that for you guys in a live fashion. Let me know. But this has been D'Lo Brands, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.